All right. All right. Greetings, Instagram. Instagram is coming on in. Greetings, 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 greetings. Okay, gonna do a. Every time I always say I'm gonna be a short period of time, I wind up being on. Seems like forever. Okay, what is? They said come to the FF. What? What come? It's a convention in downtown Atlanta. What convention is that? Oh my gosh. Yes. Did I say Tuesday Night Live? I'm a day behind because I was off last night. Oh my gosh, that is terrible. I wonder is there a way? Okay, let me see if I can edit that. Yeah, let me see. Wednesday Night Live. That is terrible. Thank you. Thank you. All right. All right, I think we got it corrected. Did I get it correct? Thank you. All right, thank you, Dre. So the what is it? Apostolic Fellowship Faith International. All right. I need my glasses. I jumped on live. It's already after 10, so I don't want to be on real late tonight. I just had a couple things that we wanted to talk about. If everyone can definitely like and share, like and share. Tell Lottie, Dottie, and everybody that we're on. Also, those of you that would be kind enough to subscribe to my YouTube, subscribe to the things that we have going. I got some kind of y'all keep praying. I am praying, 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 praying. Got some not so great news from Facebook on today concerning my pages, and so they're still actively working and trying to help me. I don't know about y'all, but I know, at one time I think I was down and I was knocked off of Instagram. I had forgotten to tell y'all about this. I was knocked off of Instagram one time for almost like 3 months. And then one day it just came back. It just came. It was just like it had never left. So I don't know. I just he controls and knows all and controls all. We got several things that I wanted to mention or bring up. It seems like it's always just so much. It seems like it's always. I remember it was a time where it didn't seem like I had enough stuff to talk about or enough stuff going on to write about. And then now it's just like it's constantly we're bombarded with so much that is going on, so much that's happening. So many visceral things that are going on, and then it's just like with your phone and stuff, it's just constant. Do y'all ever feel overwhelmed sometimes? Like it's just constant information. It's constant stuff that is going on constantly. Like it's no for lack of a better way to describe it, it's no stop to it. It's just like consistently uh 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 yeah, we're believe Barbara, I believe God. Thank you. So you saying don't change the hair. don't change my hair. I wanted to talk about this. I just before coming on, yet as y'all come in, let me see some top hats and some bow ties. I believe Ty is still on. I think he is still on. But sometimes we got to go on, and I got to do what I got to do. When I feel myself headed this way, I turn things off. Okay, but what I was saying or how I was feeling was that sometimes it just seems like uh, um it's almost like it's information overload. Like you don't have time to anymore kind of get over what is already transpired. You understand what I'm saying? Like you almost don't have time to fully process X, Y, and Z just happened. You almost don't have time to process it. Wow. And then that's being overlapped by the next thing. I don't know if y'all feel that way. Maybe it's because I'm constantly, either dispensing information or, uh, in the aspect of whatever information that is presently out there. So maybe that's why I feel like that. Yeah, you understand what I mean. You understand what I mean. So it just seems like that is constantly going on. All right, Thank you, y'all. Instagram is coming in really, really good. I don't understand how does Instagram's numbers work? Because does it show when you first come in and then does the number go away? Or because like on YouTube and on Facebook, once you came in, that number stayed, I was looking, this game is a numbers game, so I was looking and I was saying it's way more people on there than that. And so I'm trying to figure out, like, does it just tabulate when the person first comes in, or does it tabulate the entire time? All right, you all keep on coming in. Greetings, Barbara Martin. Greetings, Jessica. Sincerely, Jessica. Greetings to you. All right, Adat, is that how you're saying it? Greetings to you, Diana. Greetings to you in this business. Uh, yeah, I've been trying to, maintain. I've been trying as it grows and changes and progresses and all of that. So we try to. I had something interesting happen today, though. Had something interesting happen today, and so we're gonna talk about that too, and then you all can drop some topics, some topics in as well. I Tonight was kind of like a little bit more of a freestyle, especially with me being taken last night. We was on Sunday night, I believe it was almost 4 hours, and so that was a lot. That was a lot. Also, I think some of y'all are asking for or wanting to start back um a something up in the day. Look, y'all, I ain't gonna be sitting here in front of the camera. I think Ty and Larry, they do like 2 and 3 shows a day, and maybe that's why their audiences are so large. But I don't know if I can do. I don't know if I can do that. we're still also, y'all, that we are on growing over on TikTok. So make sure that you follow me over there. And so we're trying to definitely trying to get things back on track, especially with Facebook and all of that. Let's jump in. Let's jump in. Okay. Sincerely says, I'm thinking is similar to YT, where the viewers have to watch for a number of minutes before they actually counting as a full view. I'm not sure about that. I'm not. And do I look? Somebody said I look sleepy. Maybe it's because I don't have my glasses on. Okay. Um, and so maybe that's why. Actually, or maybe it's because I just woke up. Maybe that's what it is. But thought it is. Your thoughts on Claudia Jordan? She's messy or doing journalism. All right, Claudia. Um let's go into the Claudia Jordan. Do you want to come up and talk about it sincerely? Do you want to kind of co-commentate that subject matter with me? Uh, all right. Oh, greetings, goddess. You know what, Fatima? I didn't think we're those of y'all you be in lift Fatima in prayer. Uh, okay, you can't click. Well, you know what you can do. You can have your picture up. You can have your picture up where we won't actually see you, but you can speak. If that helps, will that help you? So there's a way where you can turn your camera off, and then when you click the link, you can turn your camera off. Um, well, then if she has a pic, we would, the people would be able to see and know who she is. Oh, okay, no problem. No problem. So anyway, there's some new things that have come out with Claudia Jordan and the whole Deion Sanders situation, and so she was just expounding upon that, and asking me how do I feel. I think that um, I just kind of have mixed feelings about Claudia. Um, Actually, Claudia, we were uh, in the same building at one time. I don't think she's still there, but anyway, I'm trying to think of the way to say this correctly or say it cleverly without. Okay, let me say it like this. In this whole social media, um, media slash, they said just say it. In this whole social media slash journalism slash, 15, 20 minutes of fame, so to speak. I think that people try to figure out ways or create ways to the okay, so being in this whole social media game, all right, or being in this influencer game. Okay. Um, it will make you feel like you have to drive, or just like I was just saying, that, that you have to drive, or that you have to be a part of the story, so to speak. So you'll see people that, to me, make kind of crazy, kind of reckless, kind of irresponsible moves so that they can remain the subject of conversation. That they can okay, right. Okay, so Lil Nelson says trying to be, or trying to remain relevant. So they'll say stuff, and they'll do stuff, or they'll create situations, or they'll insert themselves in a situation to how did you stay organized? Um that's an interesting question. I'll get to that. So they'll try to figure out ways to stay, like Lil Nelson says, stay relevant, or insert themselves in a story, or insert themselves in a situation so that they can some kind of way tag on to the storyline. I don't think you have to do those things. Like, I don't think you have to um I, well, let me just gonna say, you don't have to do something to. Maybe it's just because of my faith, or maybe it's just because I, you know, profess salvation. But I believe what He has for me is for me, and I don't believe that I have to go out and I have to make a bunch of crazy or reckless moves to attach myself to something so that I can get likes, clicks, and views. I just don't think that, and maybe I'd look at it a little bit differently, and maybe that's why so many, are far beyond um where you may consider me to be. So, but I just think that that is, you have to kind of just think about it. All right, let's look into this. It says, I don't think that she was trying to be messy when she explained that situation about Deion and I've never known how to pronounce the girl's name. I think she was just pointing out that folks could do better being honest. Just a thought. Okay, so let me go on here so we can give you some of the backstory to this, so that y'all can know or have a better idea of what we're talking about. Okay. So a lot of this is clips on YouTube and views. I was trying to find. Okay, here we go. Let's get into it. All right, Deion Sanders. and how do you say this girl's name? Karish Tron, dating rumors that has been brought up by Claudia Jordan. So here we go. Let's jump right into it. Deion Sanders and Karish Tron have sparked rumors of a relationship after the actress was seen in a sort of like I guess a docudrama, in a documentary on the coach's bedside. Claudia Jordan and friend of Deion Sanders, she started talking about the relationship over the weekend during a recent episode of the podcast that Jordan said that Tracy Edmonds, Sanders' former partner, once asked Turan directly whether she was romantically involved with Deion Sanders. And it's okay, so she mentioned being good friends with Tracy Edmonds and the ex-fiance Deion Sanders, knowing that she was familiar with the earlier rumors. She reportedly dating him. Claudia claimed that Tracy asked her about the dating rumors during a party, and she allegedly responded no, although she was speculated to be dating the athlete after people saw her by his side during his surgery. Jordan described the exchange as taking place at a private event that was hosted by Niecy Nash. According to Jordan, Edmonds approached Turan after hearing the rumors. Tracy had heard of the whispers. Jordan said she saw her at the event and asked, "Are you dating Deion?" She laughed and said, "No." Jordan, who called herself a longtime friend of Evans, said that the conversation appeared respectful. She also referenced a photo from the gathering that showed Edmonds and Turan smiling together. Interest in the Sanders relationship status intensified after Turan appeared in For Your Glory, a short documentary released in July chronicling Sanders' recovery from bladder cancer. The film shows Turan sitting bedside Sanders during the hospital stay, offering visible emotional support as he discusses his surgeries and health challenges. For Your Glory marked the first time that the coach had publicly addressed his cancer diagnosis. The intimate scenes with her prompted questions about the nature of their relationship, though neither she nor Sanders have made a public statement. The comments from the comments from Jordan arrived just after Sanders and Evans announced the end of their decade-long relationship. The timing of events. Okay. Okay. Uh, okay. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say how I feel. I'm gonna tell y'all. Um, Sanders and one of the most prominent figures in this whole football game, tends to draw a lot of attention on and of off the field. So you know, okay, so this whole entertainment thing, okay, let me just kind of give you this a little bit of this pool, because I think that a lot of us wonder, well, it's so many people out there in the world. How is it that celebrities tend to, kind of get recycled in the entertainment or the celebrity mix? When you have people like Evelyn, and you have people that, they tend to remain sort of like in the whole, one going from one celebrity to the next celebrity. uh and you kind of wonder, like, well, how did that happen, or why has that happened? And so I think that part of it is that, okay, you're talking about men and women that are sort of a part of, especially for the Black ones, are sort of part of a small demographic. All right. So you're in this tax bracket that is relatively or somewhat limited. So excuse me, a demographic of people. All right. And so you tend to see or interact within your space, within that group. You're going to this one's charity event, you're going to that one's charity event, or this organization is having this. And so you kind of become friends, and you kind of travel or move in this small sports, entertainment, music, acting. You kind of move in this small circle of people. It's almost just like, y'all that are church. Since I have a large church demographic, it's almost as the same way, people that are in denominations or in religious or in church settings, they get married, they break up, and then, oh, she's with another preacher, or he's with another gospel singer or artist. It's not very often that you see someone from that pool bring someone, from the outside totally in. And now most times, just to go on and just be straight up with you about it, it's not easy for an everyday, and that kind of sounds nasty, but or doesn't really sound that great. But it's not that easy for a person that is not in that kind of space to get invited in. and and if you want to get invited in, you almost have to kind of try to figure out a way, or plot out a way. Y'all remember the movie with Paula Payton and Queen Latifah, the whole movie about the basketball thing, and Queen Latifah was really in love with the guy that Common played a basketball player, and what have you. And they were trying to figure out, oh, I got to get invited to this party. I got to get invited. Yeah, so that's the kind of energy that this whole thing carries. Um, but at the same time, and a lot of times for the women, it gets sticky, or it can get messy, because it can be it's just like with us on Instagram. Excuse me, I was talking to a friend, and we were talking about clothes and stuff like that, and it was, some pieces that I really like that I may wear often. I like the way it looks on me. I like the way I feel confident in it. I like that particular suit. I like that particular outfit. Or it may be something new. and then I just got it and it, I did, oh, it was hot. And so I want to wear it. I want to repeat that. Well, it's sort of just like this with the whole, boyfriend, girlfriend and dating thing. You have to bring, or for a lot of those folks, let's just be honest, they cannot, or they're afraid of bringing an outsider into that whole realm, into that whole world, into that whole space that may or may not, um, sort of get how that world operates. So I think that that's how you kind of get passed around, or how those of us that are on the outside looking in, how we can kind of better understand, well, how did she, because she was just with um wasn't she just with Chris? Okay, so why do you, okay, so let me tell y'all this, let me tell y'all something about me, as I um am taken off track by this person that's trying to be shady or trying to be funny, um and uh and this kind of segues into something that happened. I want my stuff as a blogger, as a vlogger, to be about the celebrities and hot church stuff, that and relevant topics and hot stuff that is happening. I'm not the story. You didn't see, when you, for the 25 years, let me educate you, let me help you. For the 25 years that Oprah was on and had the number one talk show uh, in, on television, you did not see Oprah talking about or concerned about what other talk show hosts did. All right. She was focused on her interviews. She was focused on her stories being good and being the best and getting to the top. And then once getting to the top, remaining there. I'm above a lot of this ignorant, stupid mudslinging where you have people that are not relevant, that try to be relevant. So they go in and they want to attack or create a fake beef or fake fight with someone that is larger than them, so that that person can make the mistake of saying a small time person's name, and then all of you on the internet run to that person, or you want to run and find out, well, who did they talk about? So this is a part or something about William McCrae that evidently you didn't know, and evidently you perhaps maybe did not follow me or know my story. All right, when I started in this whole game, if it was, or when I created this whole Black church blogging thing, I was close to 400 pounds. And a lot of people, thanks be unto the Lord, the way that my body makeup was, I did not appear to the eye in many instances to be as fat as I was. All right. And the one thing about it, as I take this sidebar to explain it to you, rather than just have my moderator kick you out, uh, I will take this time. I have said that while I was fat or while I was big, there was a certain way that I dressed. I always had some type of lightweight jacket or always had something, because when you have big man boobs hanging, when you have back fat and rolls, I used to like to be and look my most presentable self. Um, at pretty much all times or all instances. So in doing such, ma'am or sir or whomever it is or whatever it is, I always wore um a lightweight jacket or a lightweight thing. Now that's me. I don't like my arms out. I don't like my arms exposed. This is almost a $2,000 little Gucci lightweight sweater. Very, very thin, very airy, very breathy. And I love it. I absolutely love it. And it's in my closet. I pulled out my charge card and I laid my charge card up on the counter when I made the purchase. And last I checked, I don't have to explain or give an explanation to any goddamn body about why I choose to wear what I wear, when I wear it, how I wear it, where I wear it to, or how often I wear it. It's my Gucci Bumblebee sweater, and I like it. I love it, and I put it on all of the time, because when I'm running out and being casual, I'm always going to be casual chic, and I'm not going to run out with no pajama bottom pants on and a t-shirt. And a t-shirt and a bonnet on my head looking like a damn fool, like how you run out and look. So when I'm always, at all times, let's be clear and understand, gonna be on point. And this little lightweight sweater does it for me. It's black with a little cream and a little gold. So it virtually is universal. It can go with anything. It can go from dressed up to dressed down. And so this is what I choose to put on. And when I have a day or a time, not today, I got on some fitted, what they call these, chinos that are yellow and fitted. And this is what I wanted to wear. I mean, it's like, dang. Do you have to explain? You know what I'm saying? You wear a good bra because it pick your titties up and don't have them saggy. You wear stuff that you wear because it makes you look good. It complements your body. It complements your physique. This is fitted. I like, now that I am small enough, I like everything fitted, because I like the new body and the new person that I'm in. So now if you want to, the ways to give is up there. And if you don't like it, you can purchase, you can even well, I can wear it all the time if I want to. I can wear it all the time if I want to. I can wear it every day, every other day. I got a whole, I have a very extensive wardrobe. I'm sure probably far more extensive than yours. I'm more than certain of such. So I can wear it as often or as not as often as I want to. All right. Okay, so thank you. We always have a troll, and so thank you, because I think a lot of people can no. Why don't you show your face? Why don't you show your face? Why do you have? Why is it always? Now, see, this is the thing. I don't mind when people talk trash, but don't talk trash on the internet and then hide. I'm gonna drop the link and see if you bad enough. Cause since you want to be entertained, I'm gonna entertain you tonight. I got time tonight. So, since I want to see, since you want to see me, I want to see you. So I want to see if you bad enough to turn this camera. Like, ain't that what Ty say? I want to see if you bad enough to turn that camera on. So I just dropped the link. So let's see if you bad. Let's see if you bad enough to turn the camera on. Hey mother, you came in right on time. You came right in right on time. We got some chick in here that's trying to, and then the way they know now, they try to be smart. That's just like the sissy today. They try to be smart. So I got a call. I was out today. Hey, Dr. Blackwell. I was out today minding my own business. And so since y'all want to take me totally off of the topics and y'all want to make me, like I'm some kind of celebrity or whatever, and you want to make the conversation about me. Oh, I already know. Already know that they're not gonna come up. The link is dropped. They're not uh, uh, they're not going to come up and uh, at all. They they not gonna come up whether you're a man or a woman. I want to see who you are since you got so much to say and you got so much commentary about me and what I wear. Let's see who you are. Let's see what your looks are. I think that in all there's always a place over here um for you to join the live on Instagram. There's a camera. There's a plus sign in the inside of a square that looks like a camera down at the bottom. So anyway, they we know certainly that they're not. And then the whole idea about that, oh, I'm not a man, so you're not going to be interested in seeing. Oh, okay, all right. So today we had a person um that is, and I get it. I get it. I was reared in church. Um and reared by church people. I get church and I get church mentality and I get thank you sincerely we would thank you all um for the super chat. So I get the whole thing. Sincerely, I started out giving with $10, so that'll be at least our point of acts on tonight. If you definitely can match 10 or greater, or whatever you can do. The ways to give is Cash App, Zelle, Vimo, and uh, 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 Cash App, Zelle, Vimo, PayPal, and I'm missing one. Cash App, Zelle, Vimo. Oh, okay, that's my four. That's my four. Excuse me. So those are the four ways to give and show your love, show your support. Isaiah, what's up, my that's my nephew is in here. So anyway, I had a um uh I had they said Okay, I'm not getting this. I'm not. All right, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Blackwell. Dr. Blackwell is led out with 15 with $15 on tonight. Thank you, Dr. Antonio Blackwell. Um, so anyway, so I got this call today, and or I had got no, was it today or was it yesterday? But anyway, I got a call, and I got a call and a text. I got a call and a text saying that um that somebody had a story tip or some information or whatever that they wanted to get to me, and that's, that's fine. So I had a little uh uh a little downtime, if you will. So I said, well, let me call the person back. Let me see uh what you know what is going on, or just what is up. So I called them back. They had called me from a email address, an iCloud email address on FaceTime. So I called the FaceTime back. And so I was talking to this obvious, kind of little church sissy boy or whatever. And so he was saying that, or he was obviously very young, obviously, trying to be churchy or church, and a weak attempt at best of trying to present or trying to lie like he, had some type of story, some type of information. And so I just, have y'all ever felt like, some days you don't mind playing the game? You know what I mean? Like, okay, you caught me on it. It's Wednesday. It's like it's a kind of a chill day, hump day, middle of the weekday. So it wasn't like a really big deal. So I just kind of played along, just kind of get went along with the conversation. Um, and they would say certain little things, to indicate that okay, that this is uh um the the whole idea of okay, um Fatima, let's be on guard. I think that it may be time for this person to that they have run their course. So anyway, but I was somewhat expecting it, because I don't know. I really don't. I really don't know why um I am so fascinating, or why I resonate with people the way in which I do. Oh wow, let me see. I forgot to uh um that I anyway, texting. They forgot something. So anyway, so okay, so you see the comments. We're gonna give them just uh one more thing. Um okay, I'm not sure who that is. So so I got this call. So the guy, he was fumbling around. Now, I'm a lot of things. I'm a lot of things. And I know I'm a lot of things. But one thing that Sir William is not, I ain't never been dumb. And I've never been stupid. Like, I've always been in the top 10 percentile of any class that I've been. So you can't challenge me intellectually. Yeah, I mean, you just can't do it. So the guy, he's like stumbling around and he's trying to fill her around, and oh, this is a story, and oh, we are in our state holy convocation, and it started on Monday, and blah blah blah. And you remember you had this girl come on your live, and she said that that Edmonds guy or whatever is talking, and so it was like going to that, but trying to build to something. And they kept referencing the boy out of Florida. Now, I gave him space and time on Sunday, and I'm not going to continue. I'm not going to do that anymore, because people, you all are human beings, and you have the right to like whoever it is that you like, and whatever it is about them that resonates with you, that you like them. Some people like me, some like Larry, some like Ty, some like Tasha K, or whomever. Everybody has whomever they like. And then not only do you have whoever you like, but then whoever is popular that has the tea or has the information or has the story, or you want to hear their comments about the story, then you listen or you follow them. So this guy kept throwing hints about Jives, and Jives this and Jives that. And so I was saying, well, you obviously like him. You obviously are, follow his commentary or what have you, but and he chooses to do what he does the way that he does it. Yeah, and and I mean, the boy was young, obviously, caught up in that lifestyle, and just, have y'all ever tried to have a conversation with somebody that was, for lack of a better word, stupid? You know what I mean? Like you're trying to have a conversation with them, and then when you start saying stuff where, oh, I know that they're a liar, or oh, I know that such and such is not necessarily true, but I choose to follow them anyway. I kind of can't get with you. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of can't deal with you if Fatima is no good, and then you still choose to follow Fatima, and she is proven time and time again to be diabolical. Then is it something wrong with Fatima, or is it something wrong with you? Yeah, at the end of the day, you got to uh, uh, figure out a way to get decipher. You got to figure out a way to, yeah, read between the lines. So he kept on. So eventually, he went on to the point where he let on that, for the most part, that he had lied, and that for whatever reason, that they choose not to care for me or not like me, which is fine. I told him, I said, you can follow who you want. The only reason why I'm calling you back, or the only reason why I'm responding to you, is because I thought that you had a story. I said, but you know, this, and this is going on with this person. So I guess, I don't know, because I don't follow jives and I don't follow trash. And I'm not trash. I was never trash. I've never been born into it. I was born into the family and the quality of life that I was born in. That's one of the things that Larry says that is some of my problem, because, you know, Larry and other folks that, you know, are self-made or what have you, you know, sometimes their work ethic is a little bit stronger, or a little bit more disciplined, or a little bit different than, you know, somebody that may have come from privilege or from a certain, you know, status or background. That's no jab, that's no insult. We have talked about it. I don't say anything that you know we haven't discussed or haven't talked about, that, you know, that especially stuff that can be considered to be insulting. And so then the whole thing came now this is, if you really want to set me off, don't throw no innuendo at me that there's remotely anything that lives or resonates in the side of in the fiber of my being that would ever, 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 ever in life want to, in any kind of way, in any realm of a way, in any imaginable, fathomable way, want to do or be in any kind of inappropriate setting with the minor. So he comes on, and so he says, and a lot of people are really bothered, I guess. I don't really pick up on it, or don't really realize it, or didn't really know it. But a lot of people seem like they're really bothered by the friendship, or, you know, the connection that the three of us have. And so then they kept on saying, well, you know, they're I said those allegations was unfounded. Now, I don't deny that that's a difficult, horrible accusation to make against anybody, truthful or otherwise, and especially if they're not true. And so we were going over that, and so I said that, you know, none of that was substantiated. None of that was substantiated. So anyway, it just went on, and I mean, it's not even really worth talking about. But I guess now the guy that, you know, he's got all of these problems. There's an art to this, what we do, and there's a way to do it, and there's a, you know, there's a right way and wrong way. And, you know, hopefully you are choosing the correct way, because if not, they're letting you know, and we're finding out that however large or small you are, you're going to be held accountable for when you click this live and you start saying things and mentioning folks' names and affecting their lives and affecting their reputations, and you know, uh, whatever it is that they may or may not have going on. You have got to be aware of that. All right, thank you, we have, I guess, close to 200 people, and we only have 39 likes over on YouTube. If we can at least get those likes up to half of the number of viewers that we have, will be great. I would like it if everyone be so kind that as you come in, or if you are already in here, that you would click the like button. If you're already in, or as you come in, if you would be kind enough to click the like button. Okay. All right, let's get into some of the topics, or some of the things that I did want to kind of go over and discuss or talk about on today, that we were sidetracked by that troll. Okay, this is an interesting thing, and really, really rather frightening situation. Um, and let's deal with it. Okay, a Florida. I don't know. You all may have heard about this. The Florida teenager that has unalived both of his parents before walking a mile to church, where he called 911 asking for prayers. Now, Trevor Lee is 14 years old, and he fatally shot his mother, Brandy Smith Lee, who was 45, and his father, David Lee, that was 44, before walking to a church in Middleburg. He called 911 just after midnight on Monday and confessed to unaliving both of his parents. He says, and I quote, "I need prayers," Trevor told the 911 dispatcher, according to Clay County Sheriff Michelle Cook. The teen directed the deputies to a home in Clay County, where they found the bodies of David Lee and Brandy Smith Lee, along with the weapon, was found inside of the house, and it was registered to Trevor's parents. Trevor was arrested on 2 counts of second degree. I guess we can't say that word, but second degree unaliving his parents. He is being held in jail without bond pending a mental health evaluation. Now, back in 2019, a Facebook post, Brandy shared a photo of herself, and then at that time, the 8-year-old Trevor sitting beside her. She wrote in the caption, "This little boy gives me pure HELL. Everything I did to my parents, I'm getting back times 10." She added, "Y'all keep us lifted in prayer. Y'all keep us lifted in prayer." What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? 14. I can't even imagine. I can't I can't even imagine. Like, what are you thinking, young man, young boy, girl? What are you thinking when, and what is your life before your life has even taken form or gotten started? And then that's the frightening thing about weapons, especially for those of us that carry, and whether, that's one of the things that you often think about, or that you're told about, is that a lot of times people pass as as a result of their own weapon. Isn't that terrible? All right, greetings. Some of the members of the Thai Squad is coming in. Greetings, Emma Jean, Amy Jones, Kenneth Ross, Latrice, Malika Hill, Linda Denise, Sharkey Williams. Greetings to you all. Thank y'all for thinking it not robbery to come over here and hang out with me a little bit after being with Todd. I just like, can I be honest with y'all? That thought, when I was teaching high school, that thought kind of, I wouldn't say on an everyday basis, but I was aware. I would say this. I was all the time, and maybe that's why I don't feel the best about kids and young people the way that I should. And maybe it's because I was a teacher, but I was always, I'm going to tell y'all something. I was always on guard in that classroom. Like, Fatima, do you hear me when I say, I was always on guard. I knew one of them little Negroes sitting in front of me in one of them desks, looking young, looking innocent, looking like what they may not do. I knew that they had the potential to do and be diabolical. I just knew it. Maybe it was the Holy Ghost that resonated with me. But, I often thought about like, oh, I'm walking down this hall. Or I could be up in front of my classroom. I remember, I can't think of the boy's name, but I remember one boy, I was telling him, sit down and shut up, be quiet. And he jumped up and he turned his desk over and he said, you sit down and shut up. He said, before I run down this aisle and whip your faggot ass. I will never in my life forget that. Like, I will never forget. And I knew I had to shut that little nigga down right then. Now, I was just wondering, because there was a flash in my mind that he might run down and really kick my ass. But I was like, that you have moments where somebody that knows me personally that is watching is texting me or whatever. And anyway, I can't stand them because they get on my nerve. But so I was like thinking, I'll never forget, I had this black Oscar de la Renta suit on with these black lacquer buttons that was trimmed in gold, and this black and gold and multicolored Versace tie. I was dressed with a Gucci shoe on. And so I was like, first of all, I look too good to get my ass kicked in front of because see, it was gonna be no way. It was never going to be a way had he come down there and whip my ass in front of my classroom. It was going to be no way that I was going to be able to return to the school. That would have been over. So I immediately, even though in my inner man, because he was big and on the football team, and I immediately was thinking, I said, oh, this boy might really run down here and kick my ass in front of this, because I could be something else as a teacher, and because I'm something else right now. And so I was like, "Ooh, he might run down here and really, really do this." So I stood there very calmly, and I said, "If you think you bad enough, if you think you bad enough, I want you to run down here." I said, if you really think I'm gonna let you kick my ass in this room, I want you to run down. Now, in my heart was because see, I was thinking like, the only other it was only two ways it could go. Either he was gonna become subject, or he was gonna take me up and call my bluff and run down there and this bobby pin is digging in my scalp. Oh, okay. Thank you, Jesus. All right. It's probably 1,000 pins in this bun. But anyway, so what is it? Is it May Blake today or Maddie? Or what? Which one? Which who am I channeling today? But anyway, so I was just like, I was, ooh, for a second there, I was thinking, I said, oh, if this boy, run down here, and do something, it's gonna be over. Like this is it. This is my last day. This is it would have been no coming back. All right. Greetings, Brittany. Greetings, Neil Robinson. Greetings, Smarta. Greetings, Mr. Is that Mr. Baston? Kirby, greetings, Terrence Peterson, and The Miz. Thank y'all for coming in. So I was just like, wow. But it's something, uh puberty. Puberty. I think, how many of y'all that are parents do y'all think it should be some case studies done centered around puberty, when kids are moving out of that teen situation into adulthood, like everything is off with them. They look strange, like they'll have a real big head, and a little body, or they'll have huge feet and they'll be short. I mean, it's like it's a warped kind of time period in their lives that am I talking right? Does that make any sense? I don't have kids, but I taught kids. But is there any parents in the room that feel that kind of way? Like young people need to be studied as to what is going on with them as they move and navigate that phase of um coming out of childhood, going into adulthood. Like what really is going on with them? Does that make sense to anyone else? Or do you find that to be a weird or difficult period that you that young people are navigating? Do y'all feel that way, or were you one of those ones that was crazy for a time period until your mama or whatever got you? Lamar, was that applicable to you? um Okay, Veronica says, thank God that I'm no longer working with children, and what I'm saying is very disturbing. What am I saying that is disturbing? What am I saying that is disturbing? Have I what have I said, you all, that y'all find that can be found to be disturbing? Or is this just a troll that's trying to get some attention? But what is being said that is disturbing? Being on guard around kids, having to put your guard up, being concerned that something could break out. Have you ever dealt with whoever Veronica is? You know, it's always somebody that don't have their picture up that says this off stupid, you know, kind of stuff. Have you been? Could you stand in a classroom in front of sometimes upwards of 42 teenagers and keep that room in control and subject to you? Could you do that? I guarantee you that you could not. You've warned me of what? Warned me of what? You have, it is nothing that I have said that is disturbing. What I have said is that adults have to be, and when I was teaching, I was on guard because I knew that it was the potential for that to, or for something to happen. Okay, you have worked with children. The link is in the chat. Drop the link and explain as to what it is that you think is so problematic or so disturbing about what I've said, what I've articulated. What is disturbing about it? And does anybody else that is watching the show, have you felt anything that I've said to be disturbing? Have you felt anything that I've said to be alarming? I'm telling you, you're watching clips on social media, stupid woman, every day of a teachers being attacked, jumped on, beat up, drug out of their classroom by kids on social media. And instead of getting help, you have the kids sitting in the classroom recording it instead of somebody coming and getting them some help. So what is disturbing, other than that you are a troll and you don't like me, that I have said about a teacher need to be on guard around around their classroom? You have to be on guard. Your opinion is not wanted. Your opinion is not wanted, and your presence is not really wanted. I'm about to have my moderator in a couple of seconds go on and give you a goodbye. Because if you have not taught kids, and if you have not taught and been a teacher, then you don't know what that is like. Yeah, no, you're the troll. Well, what I said is very disturbing. You talking about a 14, I'm telling you about a 14-year-old kid that has unalived his parents, and then after he unalived them, he walked his fat tail to a church where he then called 911 and asked for prayer. It's something going on that is wrong. And kids are not, just because they're kids, that don't mean that they're always innocent and that they don't have the potential to lie, that they don't have the potential to do bodily harm, they don't have the potential to break the law and do a lot of diabolical things. They do. And they have exhibited. And the woman back in 2019 made a post and said that this boy is giving them hell. That was a warning cry right then. Thank y'all to the Thai squad and Thai. Thank y'all for so you walked in on, I was doing a story, brother, on the young man. You may have covered it as well, that unalived his parents his 45 and 44-year-old mother and father. He unalived them, and he unalived them with their own gun. And so what I was saying was, as a former educator, that I was always on guard. And I don't think that what I'm saying, what I said, I don't think in any kind of way was disturbing or disturbing, excuse me, because I felt like I had to be on my P's and Q's at all times in that classroom. We see the clips. You see out of control children, and there's several stories that can be examined, and several things that can be examined as a result of this. What is going on in the mind of you? What is going on? What is going on in the household? What is going on in families? Everybody that get pregnant and have sex does not have the capability or the ability or should be a parent. They should not. Everyone that just has the ability to procreate is not capable of being a parent. That's one of the problems that I have with the Republican Party. Everybody's talking about, oh, don't abort, don't do this, don't do that. Well, who's going to raise this knucklehead? Who's going to feed this knucklehead? And then you have a lot of kids that are being reared by people that are not prepared to be parents, and they're not providing a proper home and a proper environment to rear a child in. It was certain things that me and my sisters, when we were growing up, that we were not exposed to by our parents. We didn't see our parents say any and everything. There's a clip now that I think it was sent to me yesterday, of the young boy. He was under anesthesia and he was doing all of this cursing and be this and be that and saying all of this just, horrible stuff. For the first couple of times that he did it, it might have been considered to be a ha ha moment, a he he moment, a funny moment. But it, in the grand scheme of things, it wasn't. It was nothing about it that was funny. And what I was saying or chatting with the person that had sent it to me, that thought it was cute and thought it was so funny because the parents recorded the child that had gone through some kind of anesthesia or some kind of gone through some kind of anesthesia or something, that was saying all of this stuff as they were coming off of the coming down from the anesthesia. I was saying, well, I wonder what is being said in that household. What kind of environment is this kid coming up in, that this kind of stuff is being said in this environment? It's some horrible environments that some teenagers are in. So I want to know what's going on in the minds and the hearts and the ideas. I think there's some case study. I think there's some things that need to be that need to be that need to be examined, that need to be stated. Thank you, Lamar. Lamar says he agrees. Fatima says that that say that okay, CC Bennett, that Lunchable is nasty. Lord help us. I don't know what that is. Who is CC Burnett, and what are you saying? What do you mean by that comment? Who is unlunchable? Am I unlunchable? Is that what you're saying? You want to eat me? Samarta says, what's disturbing is that you would even have to be uh, on guard with these kids. Parents want to poorly raise or not raise at all, but then want to defend them when they act crazy. Well, a lot of people that are parents are just not fit. They're not fit to be parents. They're not psychologically, they're not emotionally, they're not financially, they are not um they are not there um to be equipped to be parents. So I didn't it's just, yeah. And then you don't, some of you all's generation, kids came up with a mother and father, they were married and what have you. Kids now, when you call them, they're living with they're possibly living with a guardian, they're possibly living with their grandparent, they're they're in one parent households. They're partying with their parents. Their parents are smoking weed and doing different things in and around them. Their daddy got a girlfriend. Their daddy got a boyfriend. Their daddy got or mama got a boyfriend, and the boyfriend got a boyfriend. I mean, it's all kind of crazy households that you find, and that you get the idea, or that some of these kids are coming out of. And I mean, and it's really, really bad. It is really bad. And some of them are not. And that's why you have the teaching system and the school system that is so debilitated right now, because you have people that do not want to go into the classroom. Teaching is not a occupation, it is a vocation. It is something that you do because you love young people and you want to pour back into them. That's why you teach. But a lot of people are not. CC is responding to a previous comment. Oh, okay. Tisha, why does this woman have the right to disrespect people but can't handle indifferent opinions without being blocked? Why y'all don't stand up? You are rude and talking about kids and gays. Okay, so what am I saying that is rude? What am I saying that is rude? I am I'm expounding upon a news report of a 14-year-old that unalived his parents. And you're saying that that is not something that you don't have to be on guard around, uh uh that you don't have to be on guard around kids. You don't think you have to be a you don't think that you have to be on guard. All right, so the link is dropped to what is being said that has been rude. Y'all don't think, what how many of y'all have been teachers? How many of y'all have dealt with young people on a regular basis? And you don't think it's a life-threatening and a dangerous position? Okay, the link is dropped. Okay, you have taught Edward Lawson. You have taught you, and you never felt on guard around your. Okay, the link has been dropped. If I'm saying something that is wrong, I want somebody to come on and to challenge me. If you don't have to be on guard around young people and you work and deal with youth in any kind of capacity. I don't see it. The link was dropped. I was asked to drop the link. So now that you challenge me, who's going to accept the challenge? Because what is rude about what I've said? This boy took his own parents' gun and decided that they didn't need to inhale and exhale anymore. And now he's going to spend the rest of his life probably being reared and raised as a minister of society, and is going to have to be a ward of the court. He's going to have to be a ward of the court. I don't see anybody clicking the link since what I said is rude. Since what I said is wrong. Do you even meet the qualifications for a school district to even stand in front of a child? See, a lot of people, the thing about you all is that you for whatever reason you just don't like me. And so whatever I say or whatever I do is going to resonate with you and be a problem. And if I saw somebody that was as fabulous as I am, I probably wouldn't like them too if I wasn't able to do the things that they do. Oh, okay. All right. I just wanted to see if somebody was going to drop the link, but I mean, was going to step to the mic because teaching can be very dangerous. Dealing with young people can be very dangerous. And unfortunately, these parents did not pick up on the signs that it was something very, very serious going on with their teenager that was living in their house. Can you imagine the person that you're feeding and taking care of and that you're responsible and you're putting a roof over their head, food in their mouth, and clothes on their back, unalive you? And I've said something that is rude. I've said something that is wrong. Okay, Edward, if you want to expand about what you're saying, then you can hit the link. All right, Tish, if what you're saying is is something that you think that you can stand by, then hit the link. I know I am. That's why you over here and you're so bothered. You don't build relationships with kids. I totally disagree with that. That's you all's problem. I was there and to be their educator. I was not there to be their friend. I was not there to have a relationship with them at all. At all. Ever. In no place, in no case, in no time, in no situation. That that is not what my job was. My job was to make sure that they knew U.S. history and basic economics, which were required courses to clear for graduation. That's what my job was to do. I wasn't there to be friendly and chummy with. That's the problem. That's the problem. You're diabolical. It is something very seriously and very sick and wrong with you. I don't have anything. Adults don't have anything in common with kids. I don't have nothing in common with him. What you talking to him for? What you want to sit up and play patty cake and baker's man for? What you want to be around and up? Are you some kind of pedophile freak, nasty, sick, diseased, and disgusting person that you want to sit up and be around kids all the time? What is psychologically and emotionally unbalanced and wrong with you? No, it's not nothing wrong with me. It's something wrong with you. And you threatening, upset, and you jealous, and you have a problem with me. All right, let's move on to our next topic that I wanted to cover. But I do think, and I stand by my statement, I do think that there should be some case studies done with young people and what is exactly going on in the hearts and the minds of young people, that and especially this stage that we call puberty, where you're moving from childhood into adulthood, and the things that are going on in the minds, in the psyche, in the emotions that will cause young people to act out in the way in which they do. It is very, very serious. So, all right. Okay, this has gotten very this is starting to get very, very serious. So now here we go. The WNBA has banned all bags after another adult toy was thrown on the court. The Women's National Basketball Association has banned all bags, including purses and backpacks, at WNBA games after someone threw another adult toy on the court. The WNBA announced a no bag policy after a green dildo was thrown during the Indiana Fever versus Los Angeles Sparks game on Tuesday. The object hit Fever star player Stephanie Cunningham. Sparks star Kesley Plum kicked the object off of the court. Now, Sophie took to Twitter after the game and tweeted, this did not age well. Stop throwing dildos on the court. You're going to hurt one of us. Okay, so far, 3 adult toys have been thrown during the WNBA games. Atlanta police arrested a fan who threw a fluorescent object during the Atlanta Dream versus Golden State Valkyries game on July 29th. The fan is charged with disorderly conduct and trespassing. They are banned from attending all WNBA games. The second adult toy was thrown on Friday, August the 1st, during a Valkyries versus Chicago Sky game at Wintrust Arena. Now, a commentator said that the third dildo was thrown at a WNBA game, this time in LA. Atlanta and Chicago and LA now. It appears that the dildo may have lightly gazed a player who tweeted not to hit the players with dildos. This is all I mean what are we coming to? You know, some of this stuff, some of these behaviors, this is not kids. This is not kids. These are grown people. Like, just like even in here, these are sick adult people that are walking around, that are loose among us, and need to be under some type of care or visitation or monitoring or whatever. I mean, what would possess you to go to, excuse me, a WNBA basketball game? Now, you have taken the time to pay your money to go to a game. You didn't take money out of your pocket or whatever, and decided to go to a game. And then when you get there, like, I mean, at what point, why would you even want to do? And then what is going on in the mindset of a person? What is so sick and demented about you that is going on? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with them? Terrence, what is wrong with them? Terrence says that's weird and nasty. Oh, bless him. Yes. What is wrong? Like I you hear about certain things, and then you're trying to figure out, well, where did you go? Where did you go in the recesses of your mind? To even where did the thought even occur to you? What came to your mind to want to do such a thing? What comes to the mind of someone? Yes, I've seen that about the possible. Somebody is texting me, they want me to talk about this pilot that's out about a possible reality show. Earl says that there are no words. Yeah, okay. Ty says that people have too much time on their hands. I don't know. I don't know if it's that they have time on their hands, or that, I think that, Ty, I think it's something that is wrong. Just like I think it's something very wrong with the people that come on these lives. And the before we had social media, we didn't know the neighbor down the street was sick. Terrence, we didn't know that. They didn't have a way to build an audience. And that's the one thing now that's about it. And some people could probably say that about me. You can go and you can build an audience, and you can be as off or as crazy or as weird or as demented as you want to be. And you then become dependent upon the number of people that follow you, and influenced by you. You then have to be a voice, or somewhat tolerated, or somewhat dealt with, because you have an audience. Okay, I don't have a problem with people speaking their opinion that is different. So I guess what this person is doing, Fatima, is they keep creating another page, or another uh something, so that they can come on. I don't have a problem with someone that disagrees with me, but don't disagree with me and say something that makes no sense. And then you're disagreeing with me. You're trying to say is something wrong with me because I said that teachers don't have to be on guard in their classroom, that teachers' lives and safety is not always challenged. How many schoolhouse shootings has there been? Or, I mean, like, do you know how to read and write and do simple arithmetic like adding and subtracting? How many since Columbine? How many school shootings has there been? How many adults? Do you know the statistic number of how many adults are hurt and harmed and abused in the classroom on a daily basis? Because I said that we have to be careful around young people, because I said that there should be some type of case study that is done, or what is going on with young people when they're going through puberty, that gives them a time and place. I don't know, Todd, where they coming from, but they seem to be coming out of the woodwork. And it seems like it's the same person because they're saying the same type of things. Uh, okay, I like this comment. It says, "Why harass the women's league players? And now that they ruined it for folks who may need to carry a handbag or knapsack, always have to be one out there with a low IQ." I think so. I think so. Also, you don't have to be on guard because there's shootings everywhere. Oh, okay. All right. Well, so you're not just disagreeing, but you're being dumb. That's what you are. You're dumb, retarded, special needs, stupid, whatever you want to call it. All right. Bye. I'm sick of them, Fatima. Let's let them go. All right. Hey, willpower, greetings. Thank you. All right, Fatima, let's let them go. All right, Harold, greetings. Thank y'all for coming in. So anyway, I think it's getting interesting, and um wow. So now you're not gonna, I wonder how is that? That's gonna be really challenging to go to a WNBA game now, because you're gonna have to have everything in your pocket, like your keys to your car, whatever money you're going to have, or your credit card, like that. That's gonna make it's gonna make it a challenge. They're already been trying to get people to, come to games and ticket sales and things of that sort. And now you have this. So I mean, it's just going to make it even that much more challenging. And then what about all of the people that get to the gate that doesn't know the new policy that is going to be turned around, that's going to be sent back to their cars to, dump the stuff that they were taking back? Man, it's just like, I mean, it's going to be really, really bad. It's going to be really bad. I mean, and who wants to have a challenge every time that you want to go out or go somewhere? Like, who wants to even deal with that? I mean, that's going to uh, um uh I don't know. All right. It was something else that I wanted to uh oh, okay. So So this just in, I just got this. So they had some, I was sent some pictures. Keisha Knight Pulliam arrived in Los Angeles with her husband, Brad James, and their 2-year-old son. She got there, I guess, with uh, the funeral Monday, if I'm not mistaken, of Malcolm Jamal Warner. And so that you remember Rudy, it's still according to the reports, that his family had a second autopsy performed in Los Angeles to confirm the Costa Rican autopsy findings. Keisha, who was now 46, played Malcolm Jamal Warner's younger sister, Rudy Huxtable, in The Cosby Show from 1984 to 1992. She later uh, um, reprised her Rudy character in a spin-off of Different World. Keisha paid a tribute to Malcolm Jamal Warner in an Instagram post back on July the 22nd. A week ago, I lost my big brother, but I gained an angel, she wrote in the caption of a video that shows Malcolm playing the guitar at Atlanta City Winery. I love you. I miss you. We got our girls, she wrote, referring to her daughter, Ella, and Malcolm's 8-year-old daughter. Um, on her Instagram stories, Keisha explained why it took a week for her to comment on Malcolm's death. She said, "Thank you to for every text, call, and all the love that you have sent my way. I have just," she just needed a moment. Like I'm trying to figure out. That's one thing that we can't do. You can't really decide how, and you shouldn't really take it into your thought process that you can decide based upon what you think is correct or what you think a person is supposed to respond to, shock and unfortunate happenings. You may be inclined to run to social media. Somebody else may be like, let me get on my face and go to God and get in prayer and try to figure out what on earth is going on. How did this happen? How did we get here? How did this situation get to the place where it took place? Like, I mean, some people have those kind of things that they have to ask themselves, and some people process and deal with stuff differently. And so you can't automatically, make the assumption, or if there is a negative uh, relationship and one of the people unfortunately passes away, you cannot make the assumption. I thought it was very big of Diana Ross to say something kind about Mary Wilson when Mary Wilson died, and they had a very contentious relationship. She didn't have to say nothing. All right, let's look at some of our comments. Jakai Judah, okay, I see it. Thank you. I'm not sure. Uh, uh, oh, okay. All right, the Cash App is right there with my name on the screen at all times, and then the ways to give are posted. Thank you in advance for your donation. All right, Mother Harcel says the official Thais report. I gotta make sure these folks know Sir William is my child too, and his other mama don't play about him. Thank you so much, Mother Harcel. Love you dearly and appreciate you. Eddie Griffin said that his passing sitting is not sitting well with him. I know it. I mean, it's just it's difficult for everyone. Okay, willpower. Thank you for the opportunity to try. I agree with Sir William. I just left due to the threads by high school senior. Yes, the students are no longer scholars, and the IQ are very low. Yes, be on guard. All, all right. I, you know, I, I mean, I don't feel like I have to apologize for my thoughts or my opinions. I speak from my experience. So thank you for coming back, but I don't think that I said anything that is inappropriate. I mean, maybe I'm the only one. I'm gonna drop the link again because maybe I'm the only one that's living in um in some type of delusion that teachers are not being attacked, that teachers and parents are not being attacked, that stuff is not like, I mean, are y'all saying, oh, just because they're a kid or just because they're a youth or just because that so y'all acting like this stuff is not happening? I just gave you a story of a boy that decided to do away with both of his parents. Who is going to raise him? Who is going to love him? Who is going to nurture him? He took out the two people out of everybody in the entire world, however many billion people that is in the world. He took out the two people that gave a damn about him. And y'all saying that I'm wrong for saying that people have to be on guard that work and are around children. I mean, I'm not getting this. Am I the one that's crazy here? And you're saying that I said something that is wrong or that is interpreted as wrong? Ty, help me. Ty, hit the link. Help me. Fatima, somebody hit the link. Help me understand here. What have I said or what did I articulate and that is wrong? What is wrong? I said that I was a teacher. Sometimes I had 45 kids in a classroom at one time because there was not enough educators to handle the number of kids. And what is that? What is wrong with saying that I was always on guard every time my foot hit the campus? That is the truth. I was on guard. I had to think about my life and protecting myself, and that at any time one of these kids can snap, do something, go off that would be forever changing to my life. What is wrong with saying that? And then because you don't like me or because you don't want to agree with me, you're going to say that what I said is disturbing? What is disturbing about that? And why? And if it's such a great job, then why are we not paying teachers what they deserve and their worth? And why isn't it? Why aren't adult people running down to the district offices to sign up to become teachers? Why is it getting to the point that districts all across the United States of America are having to lower the standards and the requirements to become educators and to become and get in the classroom because no one wants to do it? So what have I said that is wrong? Please help me. Somebody please help me. What have I said that is wrong other than I don't like you and I want to troll your page and your show tonight? Thank you. The Miz says I am not wrong. Nothing you said that is wrong. That's your truth, and you don't have to explain yourself to anyone. Okay, Earl, that is my truth. But what is it that I've said that is not everybody and every educator in the United States of America right now? What is how is what I said not their truth too? Don't just say, don't just reduce it to me. Don't just reduce it to me. Y'all, so am I the only one that have seen clips of teachers? Did y'all see the teacher where the girl slapped the mess out of the teacher and drug her by her hair out of the classroom? Did y'all see that clip? Did y'all see the girl that broke the teacher's arm and leg? That in a fight that ensued. Did y'all see that? Or oh, that just so happened to only come up on my feed. Oh, okay. All right. So, all right. All right, we got I think we got what 316. How are we doing on likes, Fatima, for tonight? I guess I'm everything that I've said or whatever is wrong. Oh, and teaching is such a wonderful, great profession, and nobody needs to be concerned about kids, and kids aren't doing, and youth are not doing anything to anybody. I guess maybe I was the only one that saw the three little boys cussing the folks out with guns and robbing the Walgreens. I guess that didn't go. I guess that didn't go up on nobody else's feed. I guess the water boys that are running around Atlanta and unaliving people and taking wiping out folks that's trying to help them cash apps. And you try to buy a bottle of water, and they wind up doing some kind of scam on your cash app, and take your whole entire bank account. I guess it's only I'm the only one that see that. I guess I'm the only one that see that, and it's something wrong with me for saying that you got to be on guard when you're dealing with young people. Let me tell you something. Not only do you got to be on guard when you're dealing with young people, you better be on guard in your house, outside your house, and every time and everywhere you go. And then when you lay down and close your eyes and can't look out for yourself, you better make sure that you in line with a higher power that is looking out for you. That's what you need to do, because that's the world and the time in which we are living today. It's a man that pulled out a gun on a army base and fired off and hurt five people today. So maybe I'm just delusional. Okay, I guess I'm the only one. I'm the only one that sees a issue with this. All right. Well, I'm not gonna even ask. Uh, oh, okay. So we got another troll now. His name is Jason. What he said, the statement is very disturbing. What disturbed you? What is disturbing about the statement to you? I I want to know what is so disturbing. Sir William, the farmer teachers were alive during a school shooting in Florida. He worked at an affluent school. There is a problem in our school system. I think so. I think there's a very serious problem in the school system. Nobody in the chat said you were wrong. All of them have been agreeing with you. You need to make your live chat text larger. You're adding words and comments when you're reading out loud. Okay. Um. Yes. The teacher that lost her eye. Yes, you saw that. Okay, the person who unalived him was hell bent on causing mayhem, and the system passed the buck even when his teachers were vocal about his issues. All right, thank you. Kayla says he's telling the truth. Parents, raise your kids. That is that is not the teacher's responsibility. They are there to learn. Okay, so then we go back to the guy that says, Jason, your statement was very disturbing. Okay. All right. So let's get these trolls out of here because I'm like Ty. I want to police my page and I don't want a comment to be out there that would any kind of way uh alert some type of concern or flag to my page because there's nothing that I've said that is disturbing or alarming. I think that teachers have to be very, very protected. Um, um, so, can we get that? Can we get Jason Will removed, please, Fatima? Is Fatima? Thank you. All right, Willpower Nation. I'm on the fence about you because I'm not totally following your uh, okay. All right. Thank you. Hey, brother.
Hey, really quickly, because I like to sit back and watch and enjoy the show. So I didn't want to work. I just finished working a 2 hour set, right? So I just want to. I
I
don't want to.
was
I don't
coming
want to be a
in and
blogger
out.
tonight.
I was coming in and out, and it was good. With down at the church tonight, I enjoyed myself, and
I just want to say that these people, William, these are trolls. All of them are trolls. And like the person, the wheel guy just now, I looked at his page. It was created August 7th. That is today. So yeah, these are trolls, and what they do is their goal is to, if you're having a good chat, a good live, you're having a good conversation, their
yes, sir.
goal is to get you upset and get you to talking to them, and they want you to get upset, right? And they want you to
Okay.
be yelling. And so sometimes they'll get me if it's a bad day, they'll get me, but usually I'm on to it now, right? So
Right.
I
Right.
just block them and keep on
But
going.
you know what? I feel like, and and I don't, I don't want to be too emotional or too transparent, but sometimes I feel like, why am I such a big deal? You know what I mean? Like, I don't have numbers in the millions. I've had to start and restart and recreate so many times. Like, why am I so important? Like, why would it seem like some of these people that have bigger, you know, huge numbers would be far more important to troll them than little old me.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
Believe it or not, William, is really a lot of it is rooted in jealousy. I was looking at that troll page, that page that they have, whatever that shit is called over on, and they got the video up of me and you at the hotel,
Right,
and
right, right.
over on Instagram. I don't want to send nobody over there, but it's just like, um, it's usually somebody from the LGBTQ community. A lot of them are disgruntled, they're angry, they're nobodies, and then they see you, and they don't know why you can have all of this and they can't have all of this. So they get angry, they get frustrated because their life is so miserable and mundane and nobody knows them, and they will never be influential, they will never be in the rooms and the places you've been into. So that triggers them, And
Wow.
one thing that they really hate, they do not like people admiring you in the chat. They don't like people celebrating you, cash apping you. They cannot stand that. And so they try to destroy your happiness. They troll you, they call you, they email you, they try to terrorize every moment that you have. Because at the end of the day, it's the light or either the influence, one of the two. It can be both. If you have a light on you, or if you're very influential, you have influence, it triggers those demons in them, the demons of mediocrity.
Wow.
Nobody knows these people. Nobody knows them.
Wow.
You got somebody sitting up, William, making videos of you, right? Millions of just,
Yes.
just video after video. And it's like, for what? You don't even know this person. Like, what do you get out of that? Because when you go around there and you look, you don't even have numbers. Where ain't nobody even really looking at this shit. And you get up every day with William on your mind. That
On my
is
on their mind, they follow my pages as fast as I post something. They trying to mock it. I mean,
that
it's
is
just
mental
like,
illness.
wow.
That is
But
mental
I'm so
illness.
insignificant. I'm so unimportant. Like,
No, it's the opposite. It's the opposite.
you
Hmm.
know, I think that the one thing that I just learned early, I was always an academician, and
Hmm.
before daddy went into ministry, he was, yeah, a alpha male and a pimp, and you know um just as a point of transparency, you know i I I tried to do the, because I was a fat kid, so I
Hmm.
tried to, tie and any of my other people that are on, that are following this, and especially guys that may have had that kind of weird position with their fathers. I try to be this, hard boy or hard guy. I tried to play
Hmm.
football, and I'll never forget Dr. Rowe. uh, was this heavy set white um, guy. He was one of my favorite teachers, and I know I'm loquacious. I know I, you know, go all the way around the world to make a point, but this is, I just can't help it. That's me. But anyway, that's when I fell in love with history and fell in love with the way this man could, teach history the ways like some people fall in love with their pastor or their preacher. Like he could stand and talk about the Revolutionary War and lecture on it, like in your mind you could go there like you were, on the battlefield. Like, I mean, he was just totally gifted. But he also dubbed as the football coach. And I, yeah, he one day after practice, he said, "I want to see you in my office." And so we went to his classroom, and he sat down, and he sat me down, and he said, "You know what? You have got to fall in love and respect and be who you are." And he said, "I am concerned." He said, "I pulled you out, um, and I'm not going to let you play. I'm going to put you off of the team." He said, "Because you are going to really get hurt um, uh, out here. Are you going to really get hurt on the field? Because I didn't have it. You know what I mean? I was not um physically able, Ty."
Hmm.
And I made that decision that I loved Will. I loved every aspect of me, whether it was fat, whether it, whatever it was, whatever made me quirky or off or any of those things. And if it wasn't for him, and if it wasn't uh that that moment. You know what I mean? Like he could have left me out there and
Mm-hmm.
I could have, got really hurt in a bad play. You know what I mean? Or a
Yep.
bad call. Trying to prove something to daddy who had already lived his life. You know what I'm saying? And I just made that decision, man. And I think that because I am and always have been, true and my most authentic self, that it has had people, I get those emails. I get those like with kids and those inbox messages and even grown people, bishops and stuff that, oh, how much I love and admire you, that feel like they have to do it in secret because I'm Will McCray, good, bad, ugly. I am at all times my most authentic self. And I don't feel like I have to take down or change or adapt or dress or conform to do the bull crap that you think that I'm supposed to do because you feel that a man is supposed to be or act this way or look this way or do things. And if people would just be happy with who they are, who you are, you know what I mean, whatever it is that you are, if you're a bookworm or if you're a nerd or if, whatever, be happy in that. Don't try to dumb yourself down to fit in a scenario for someone else. And
Yep. Yep.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I have friends that do it, especially, and I think that that's why stuff is so messed up. I think that that's why people, psychologically, that why you got to sit up and go to therapy. You sitting up going to therapy and paying good money to sit down and talk to somebody about something that you can solve yourself. You down low and you done spent your whole life living up to somebody else's definition because you a sissy.
Well,
You
well,
know
well.
you
Let me let me push back a little bit. Let me push back just a little bit. Okay. Well, the
I
thing.
want to say, what did you say? You were saying something about. I was laughing at you because you were saying something about Bishop Wooten. You said it. You told your audience. You said, "Oh, I know it's triggering. I know it's triggering. I know I trigger you."
Well, sometimes you got to talk to somebody because you know so many people, gay men, don't even have language for some things because everybody didn't grow up in Oakland, everybody didn't grow up in LA or New
Right.
York or Atlanta. Like we got people in rural areas, William, in the South, down in the sticks in the woods. These men don't even have the language for what they're feeling and what they're going through. And so, it's always best to try to talk to somebody. You may not be able to talk to a therapist, but you may be able to talk to a trusted advisor, a pastor, or a close friend because at the
Right.
end of the day, you cannot stop that erection. It's not going to go away. It's not. I promise you, it's not. When you see booty, you're going to quicken. When you see a print or a bulge, you're going to be attracted to that.
Oh
It does
God.
not. It does not go away. So the best thing to do is try to figure out like what's going on with me. Let me go to try to talk to somebody. But what do you do when you don't have anybody to talk to?
Mm.
I didn't come to preach, but I could. Cause see, I was that I was
Wait a
that
minute. Let
young.
me get up on the organ. You know, a lot of folks don't know I can play. Let me hit some chords behind you. A little
What's Sydney,
motion.
what's her name? Sydney Trim. What do you do? No, for real. Like, what do you do when you don't have a reference point, William? What do you do when you don't have anybody to talk to? I was one of those kids. There was nobody gay in my school. Well, there was nobody out in my school other than me. And
Right,
so
right.
it's a solitude. It's very lonely because you have nobody to tell what you're going through and what you're feeling inside. So it's a lot. But a lot of those people wind up being the trolls that we deal with, William. All of these lonely, miserable, pathetic people that send other people's dick pictures and emailing you, harassing you. These are all of those crazy people that are going through so much in their minds that they got to sit
Wow.
up and make videos about you every day because you are on his mind. Whoever is behind that page over there, you're on that person's mind all the time.
And
Something
if
about
they would
you
be,
just
they could be, they're spending so much time doing that, and they
mhm,
could be living and being their most authentic self. And you know that people are going to, they would love you more. They would love
mhm.
you more. They would appreciate you more if
But see,
you.
they think they're hurting you, William. That's what they they think they're hurting you. That's what they feel in their minds. But that they're doing something to you, and they don't understand. They're so insignificant in the grand scheme of things. Like when you look at the views on that page, it's like, baby, you really wasting a lot of time. You should be somewhere trying to figure out what you want to do with the rest of your life. This ain't it.
Wow. You know, I mean, you have articulated it so well
Yeah,
because
but
you
these
know the
people.
thing about it is that you know at some point, like I mean, and they can be so persistent with it that it will trigger you or it will set you off because you'll think like, you know, what am I saying that's triggering? What am I
Mhm,
saying that's wrong? You know what I mean? Like you know, you have to be careful if you are and especially if you're a teacher, even if you're a
mhm,
teacher, even if you doing even if you're Sunday school, you know what I mean, like it is certain things that you just you and we're living in such a day and such a time where people's minds and the emotions are so warped,
yeah.
you know. I mean, you got to be careful about being in scouting. You got to be careful about being a track coach or a teacher, um
Mhm,
or um you know, any of these things, you know, Sunday school or you know, just uh you just got to be on guard because one lie, one accusation, and it's over.
yeah. Nothing you said earlier, William, was out of it. It was not. It was just they wanted to come in and disrupt your show and disrupt your flow tonight. Yeah, that's what they want. They want to get under your skin. And all of them pages, most of them are brand new pages. They just made them. And so nothing you said, these
How
kids are
long have you been doing this?
me. Ooh, before I even got to the Four Kings, I was doing it on Facebook like for about a year.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I came to YouTube. And so I've been on, I think I've been, I would say about 5 good solid years now.
5 good
Maybe
solid.
even 6 years, maybe six.
Wow.
Hmm.
Incredible.
But the thing about
You
it
know,
is,
I'm just you know amazed by how you and different ones have built um uh you know the following because you know in those early days I was just doing something like
that's what I was doing. Me
I
too.
didn't know what the money was behind it. I didn't know the magnitude. I was just, you know, I was so caught up in, you know, just kind of doing it until I didn't see or know or realize the, you know, the business aspect or the impact, that 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 you really have, um and all that. So it's just it's interesting. I'm learning a lot, but
Mm-hmm.
at the same time it's like sometimes it's just it it makes you wonder, like, who are these people and what's wrong? Like, are you really out here on the loose, like walking around
Yeah.
freely? You know what I mean? Just like
Mm-hmm.
with no supervision. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, who follows somebody um uh is in a grocery store? Like, who's filming and going live while you're, you know,
Did you actually
walking?
see that? Did you actually see that video, William? I never saw a video like that. Was that a real video?
I never saw it. I never saw it. I only
Okay.
had people to tell me when I was live that night that
Okay.
they saw it. And I was trying to figure out, if they saw it, why didn't they tell me that it was happening?
Okay.
Like, why didn't somebody notify me? So I don't even know, um I don't know how real or how true that was.
Okay.
Um, but I do know that someone in one of those publics, I think that lady did follow me, because um the one thing that was done was, uh I went live, and it was, if she didn't follow me on social media, it was no way that she could have immediately known that I was live, like within seconds, like that. You know what I mean? She had to have been following me and had a note. And when I say following me, I mean following me on social media and got the notification
Okay.
that she was following me. So, but yes, sir. I always appreciate the conversation, the insight,
Yeah,
and
it just
the guide.
it's a part of the job now. It's like I just look at it like I look at this shit like now it's just a part of what I do. It's gonna be haters, people that don't like you, other bloggers. It's gonna be mess. It's just you
It's
can't.
just, yeah.
It
It's
would
just
be
like
too
it's like
good.
a part of it. That's where we getting to. Like, okay, it just goes with it goes with
Territory.
the territory of it all. It's
It would
just,
be too perfect. It would be too perfect if none of that happened and you could just come and enjoy your people. It's miserable people out here, William. I'm talking about really unhappy, miserable people in the world. And
I just don't get it. But I'm, like I said, that day I made the decision to fall in love with me, and
mhm,
to like me, and like every aspect of me, however flamboyant, however different, however country, just whatever it is. I just, you know what I mean? And I feel like I take up a place in a space that no one else does. Like, I don't even know. And maybe that to be an inspiration to somebody else, to just get into yourself, like yourself, love yourself, appreciate yourself for everything that the creator, whomever you believe or he or her to be, that they made you,
yeah.
and go with that, and be satisfied. And
Now, eh, I'm gonna just try to tell you this story really quickly, William. And
go ahead.
I'm sure they won't mind the person that shared this with me. They're one of my bush watchers. They watch from the bushes. They don't come out.
Okay.
They were here in Atlanta recently at a major conference. I won't say what conference, but
Okay.
it was conference. And somebody from the young man's family, though, it's two men. They have their lovers. They have an apartment here in Atlanta, and somebody went back and told the young man that comes from a very prestigious church family that they saw their son at one of these conferences, LGBTQ conferences, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the boy had told his parents that he was just living in Atlanta. They hadn't been out here visiting from North Carolina. He just said, he had a place out here in Atlanta, and and there it's one of those situations where they're sending him money every month to take care of his bills. One of those things, you don't have to work, the family's taking care of him, right?
Right.
I know everybody done heard about those situations. Kids that don't have young men ain't got to do no kind of work. Your family sending you a stipend every month.
Right.
And so
I
they
was one. I was
and
one.
they basically told him, basically told somebody went back and told the parents that, we seen blank blank at a conference, an LGBT religious conference. And so they beckoned the boy and told the boy, this boy is grown, but told him he had to come home. They want him to come home. They're going through this whole deliverance thing. But the thing about it is, William, so oftentimes these parents, your kids are gay. You ain't never seen them with a girl. You ain't never seen them with a woman. And I guess a lot of times it's just like denial. It's like they be in denial about, this thing until they're confronted
Well,
with it.
but black people silently acknowledge stuff.
Yeah. And then it's usually a punk that goes and tells the family, if they see you at a bathhouse, or, it's usually another punk that goes back and snitches to the community or the neighborhood,
Right,
right?
right, right. Because they're
Yeah.
jealous.
hmm And so, he was just confused. He just didn't understand why, like, somebody can have control over somebody. I said, well, you listen, if that's the family and they holding the purse strings, yeah, a grown man will go back home.
Mm-hmm.
They bring your ass back home, or what is he gonna do if the family cut him off, William? Like, what are he gonna do? Atlanta's
You have
very
to try to
expensive.
you have to try to figure it out. And a lot of us that come from those Pentecostal so-called royalty
hmm
situations have faced that. You know what I mean? And yeah, you have to try to figure it out. Either you conform or you have to try to figure it out if
hmm
you're going to be your own person. Now, had he covered it up a little bit better and had been in school somewhere,
Yeah.
then that could have been a different situation. Because I have seen and I have had friends come to Morehouse and come to Atlanta and lose everything.
hmm
Atlanta is like what they used to describe as like they people would talk about New York. I mean,
Yep.
and especially if you were, if you ain't never had nobody look at you drive past you on the freeway and tell you to pull off the freeway, and y'all go in a y'all duck off in a bathroom, and before you know it, a perfect stranger that was driving down 75, 85 is now having sex with you.
Wow.
You-
Baby, listen.
no, I'm serious. I mean that was, and then you have to think too, and especially this was, Atlanta become, especially like in the 80s and 90s, a safe. Well, I wasn't here in the 80s, but in the latter 90s and the early 2000s, it was the safe place for guys. I mean, think about Patrick Wooten's son. Patrick Wooten's son came here, lost everything.
Wow.
you
And then
know
I heard Patrick Wooden on a video talking. He was talking about the son, and he's back, and he didn't got better, and he's delivered, and he didn't cleaned up. And then he said, and had he died out there in the streets, I would not have blamed God. I said, these people, William, their thought process is like, it's just, I can't even put it into words. Like, had he
Let me tell
died,
you something, but a lot of times that old time holiness and sanctified stuff is why you have so many people that are so messed up, and
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
sick and demented, because I'm gonna tell you something, and um, he would have been devastated had
Mm-hmm.
something happened to his son while, what. And that's why I think, especially with members of the LGBTQIA plus community, their families, I think that that's why they go off a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
And Elder Ware will tell us the stories of, families coming, claiming the bodies, and, not allowing Bishop Allen or other affirming pastors, or maybe the long time boyfriend or whatever,
Yep.
participate in their funerals and things of that sort, because they're so in denial, and this is the last little piece that that they got, and it's, they're upset with processing it, and so then they lash out against the family. you know and then they'll totally ignore the last 10, 15, 20 years of a person's life,
Yep.
that and have this makeshift funeral that's not even representative of the life that they lived
Oh,
you
you are
know
talking, William. When I say you are talking, I've lived that. I've buried so many people and dealt with bereavement surrounding the LGBTQ in my community back in LA. I have had my trans sisters families come in, take the body, dress them in suits, dress them as men, where they live their whole
and
lives.
as women, and
Yeah,
and they die and go out a way, or look in a way that they never would have walked out of their
they
house.
would never want to be buried or eulogized like that. We've had families basically say, "We don't want to have nothing to do with it. Y'all do what y'all want with the body." We've had the opposite. They say we don't even want the body. Do what you want with it. And we've had complete lockouts where people come get the body and you don't even know what happened. They just take the person and don't tell nobody nothing about the funeral. So, honey, we've been the gay community. We've been traumatized on top of traumatized
But you
when it
know what?
comes.
Let me ask you this:
Mm,
why is there so much vitriol and so much hate
mhm.
amongst the community, amongst their own?
Well, I know, historically, there's always been something with gay men and trans women. There's also been some things with lesbians and gay men, just historically. Um, with the trans and the gay men, that kind of stems from, like, you can go way back to Stonewall, go back to that era where trans women were on the front lines taking all the bats and sticks, and gay men were all standing in the back, right?
Right. Right.
Um,
Do we lose them? Ty, are you there? I think we lost Ty. Well, y'all, I tell you. Anyway, I think a good another okay, there he is.
wait a minute, that has never happened before.
What?
I don't know what that was. That has never happened. Probably one of these demons trying to hack the damn stream yard.
Oh,
Probably one of these warlocks, honey, trying to, But yeah, what was I saying, William? I was talking
well, you were
about,
saying that it is always.
yeah,
I
it's
don't.
always been historically, it's been some mess or animosity between the different letters of the alphabet. So yeah.
Wow, that is so amazing to me, because I would think that it would be more love and more embracing,
Hmm.
you know, um amongst the demographic, you know, and I
Yeah.
don't get that. I feel a lot of times um the the hatred, the
Hmm.
uncomfortable, the you know, the thing I survived when, you know, COVID was a real interesting time. I know it was an interesting time for everybody, but it was an interesting time. And one of the ways that I was able to kind of quickly, you know, morph into doing something else was covering, you know, the George Floyd and all of that stuff that was going on. And then we had Rashad Brooks, and you know,
Yeah.
some of the settings I was more comfortable at the Wendy's every day while I was covering and documenting that, um with those guys that were running around with AK-47s. I was in a lot of ways more comfortable than around them than environments that were heavily um LGBTQIA. Okay, like September is coming. Black Gay Pride is coming, and they are going to brawl, and they are going to fight in the streets like nobody's business. Now they're gonna get together, they're gonna have all kind of, you know, debauchery, sex and what have you. But those videos that's going to stem from that weekend that's going to go viral, it's going to be those queens leaving out of bulldogs that's going to be having these horrific fights, you know, that those guys that beat that boy almost to death, that with that baseball bat over a parking space. I mean, it's a lot of very, very serious and very, very dangerous hatred and violence in
Well, you
that
know, I don't isolate it. I don't isolate it just to our community because the same thing goes on with spring
I've
break.
been
You know.
blogging for 15 years, and I had
Mhm.
a disabled trans or
Uh-huh.
wannabe trans woman attack or make an attempt to attack me
I know.
in a same gender predominantly same gender loving church. So I don't care what nobody say. And I have gone in the churches of people that have been subjects that I have talked about. I've sat in Brian Corn services, and I was the first to start talking about him. Hell, I went to Eddie Long's funeral and I broke the story on him. I have gone to Juanita Bynum's church and her husband's church in the midst of the attack that Thomas Wesley Weeks administered on her. And I had a man that was anatomically, biologically a man that grew tits and wanted to live as a woman that is disabled to get up that out of a wheelchair and want to walk across the room while the bishop is up speaking and want to attack. And I ain't never experienced that in no straight church. So it is something very seriously wrong. And they get angry when you mention and when you talk and point out. That's why the community can't come together and really get some serious things done, because they hate each other. You got you got the masculine versus the that guy that guy that's doing a ball or something, that came
Mhm.
up on my Instagram. They attacked him. They jumped him at a ball.
Well,
They
listen,
jumped.
I hear you. I've been on the scene a long time too.
I
Yeah,
don't get it.
no, it is no different than any other segment of black life. Like the young brothers, the gang members, they killing each other in the streets. You know, people are, you know, it's self hatred and how we've been taught to hate each other. it can do a number on you. It's just I don't want to limit it so people think it's just the gay community that is out here hating on each other, and it's
But
all
why
sex.
does it seem worse though there?
Maybe it's highlighted. Maybe because we see it on Instagram and TikTok, and maybe it's highlighted. But it's rough out here in these streets. It really is rough. Like LA's the same way during Gay Pride weekend, baby. It's like it goes down. They gon' Everybody that want to see each other and fight from the ballroom community. They gonna link up and beat each other up and bust bottles in the street and uh,
A
they go in.
friend of mine left here. Well, I don't think he's a friend anymore because just I lost contact or
Mhm.
whatever. But shoot, they whipped him and broke his ankle, and he came down here for a ball and or something, and shoot, they jumped, they jumped him.
I done been me and my best friend Ariel. We done been pepper sprayed. They pepper sprayed us. The ballroom community is, and I wasn't even a part of the damn. My sister was an icon in the ballroom community. Shit, I'm riding the car with her. They emptied the whole can on us. So like, girl, I ain't got
Joe,
nothing to do with it.
what did you do, Joe?
I didn't do anything. I was not a part of the ballroom community, but I was
No,
with my
I'm talking
sister.
about when you was pepper sprayed. Did you?
They pepper sprayed the whole car. We in there coughing and sneezing and shit. Like, girl, I'm like, I don't even got nothing to do with it. Girl, what y'all over here doing? What y'all do to these people when they pepper spraying each other? Like, oh my god.
Salt pepper.
We didn't fall and they didn't put people's cars on flat. And then my nephew Antonio came up there with his gun on the seat. I said, "Oh, it's too much, baby. This is too bad." It was bad, honey. It was real bad. LA was off the chain at one time.
Whew.
Baby, it was
Jesus.
bad. Girls was putting bleach in baby bottles. Oh my God. It was just a season like the devil had just got loose in LA. It was like a spirit from hell that was loose on LA. Baby, it was like from the pits of hell. Ask any
Oh,
of them girls. Any of them girls from the 2000s, they'll tell you, baby, it was like a demon that was released. William, them girls
there.
was. I mean, baby, I've seen gay boys fight like niggas in the street. Like I'm talking about, like,
That's what I'm
dude.
saying. I mean, and they be fighting to the to the end. I mean,
And
they be
baby,
going for blood.
it be little gay boys, like little small. They be like
And
Muhammad
then they
Ali and
and then
Joe
they
Frazier.
tear up and then they can't just fight and walk away. It's like they tear up the whole, like if they have a fight in a gas station, they gonna have to tear the whole gas
Oh
station.
yeah, all the chips, the sodas, everything may be on the ground. Cigarettes, the blunt wrappers, everything. And on their way out, they'll just bust a window out just on purpose. Like they'll get a stick or a brick, just bust it out on their way out. Baby,
Child.
it's rough. It's rough. But I'm
Oh.
looking forward to my first Labor Day in Atlanta. Oh, goody.
But tell you, look, I leave. I leave.
You leave it alone.
Oh, I leave. I
Don't
leave
leave.
every. I leave. I
Where you
leave.
going? Hilton Head, Savannah.
I'm gonna have to go somewhere. I'm gonna go somewhere. They say they hollering. I have to leave because I just can't take it. And see, they gonna converge on here like locusts. See, it's gonna in the airport. It's just gonna be running over. It's gonna be running over.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
It's gonna
Somebody
be.
said, may I ask a question? Somebody named Wendy said, may I ask a question?
Yeah, no. 'Cause the fact that she had to ask is that we already
Yeah,
know
just
where they
ask it,
from.
honey. If you got a question, just ask it. Because
No, let her no. You go over there to the official Thais report and ask
who
the
was just talking about, may
question.
I ask a question? Because these questions be loaded.
Right, that's what I'm saying, and I don't feel like going off tonight.
It's Wendy. Who is this Wendy?
Yeah,
Mm,
windy weather, windy weather.
mm. But
Yeah, but it's
the ballroom community,
they
I have a lot of friends.
dangerous.
Maybe they bowed
Cause
it.
see,
They
I
bought that.
know if I had went up in there, they was gonna probably attack me. So I,
Hmm.
I told the
Well, yeah,
Holy
they.
Ghost, the Holy Ghost told me not to go.
I thank God I've come a long ways because I come from. Who, jeez, I come from a really, really violent era, and I mean, I had to become a part of the community that I was in.
You had to get acclimated to it because you was for almost shade, but the
Yeah, you
Lord,
had to
because
become. I mean, we were. I'm talking about, honey. That's why I say these girls on YouTube, honey. They talk like a gang, William, but these girls have no idea how the girls carried in the 2000s.
saying
they,
it's so dangerous.
baby, listen, honey.
It's so
They
dangerous. Look
had
at
a
some of these
whole
comments.
there was a gay boy crew. If I had some of my LA people here, they tell you it was a whole crew. They call them the Hammer Crew because they carried hammers in their purses. Gay boys. Miss Savannah, all of them, they carried. I'm talking about hammers, real hammers. And baby, they would knock you, honey. They would walk up to you. You think they and they would just knock your ass real quick. That's why I say these girls on YouTube, honey. All this shit is really, really shits and giggles. But honey, it's some girls that'll take your motherfucking ass to the party. I was one of them, but I'm delivered. I was one of them, but I'm delivered now. I'm set free. I'm set apart.
Whew, you
I've
got me
had my
thinking about
Damascus Road experience.
it. Baby, you
They had the Hammer Crew, honey.
they was
Them girls,
carrying
honey,
hammers
them
in there.
girls will wear your ass out with a hammer. Your ass will be up and see the sideline, honey, and CCU and ICU walk up to you like, "Hey, girl, what's up?" Pow! Hey, girl, what's tea, bitch? What's going on? Hey, girl, go in that purse and wear your ass out. And bitch, all you see just look like ketchup all over you. You know, like somebody just poured ketchup or tomato sauce on your ass. That's what I say. These girls are not bad on. These girls not as bad as you think they are on YouTube. Somebody come knocking on that door, girl. You gonna be in there trying to call 911 and call the police. Somebody in my door.
Honey, if they walk up to you with a you said
Walk up to your ass with a hammer, like, "Hey, girl, what's tea, girl? Hey, Miss Mamas. Ow, bitch. Hey, bitch. Hey, bitch, you want to take a bump, bitch? Hey, bitch, they go in that bag, get that motherfucking hammer out, and wear your ass out like what's that man? The Texas Chainsaw Massacre man.
child,
Hmm.
child, we was in a brawl. We was in a brawl like that in Mary's Bakery. Mary's Bakery had good fried chicken. We would go to Mary's Bakery. Baby, when we got through with that fight, I was sitting tight. I was standing up on top of the table.
Baby, I was in one at the not the caper room at the annex. I was crawling out of there like in the color purple when they got the fight in the juke joint. Remember they got the fight in the juke joint? Shit, I was crawling under the tables like Celie in the color purple, baby, trying to get up out of there.
Baby, I was standing straight up. I was standing straight up on top of that table. And see, that was back when the ketchup bottles on the table at restaurants, them Heinz,
Hmm.
those was real glass, baby.
Remember the
Baby.
man in the color purple said, "Time to go."
Ooh. And honey, we didn't know the ketchup from the blood. Child,
Yeah,
I was saying we
that's one of the reasons I don't go to gangbanger funerals. I will
oh
not
no,
go
you
to.
don't know what's gonna happen. See,
I don't
you
go to
don't know
gangbanger. I
nothing.
went to one gangbanger funeral. One of the homies died over there on the east side. Me, Miss Vale, Miss Vicky Vale, a couple of we went over to the funeral, honey. We went up in there, and baby, somebody said they out there shooting it because the alley ran right by the church. So on the side of the church was a whole alley, and you could go from like
Ooh,
88. to 89th on that
Let me tell
same
you,
alley.
them alleys in LA will. It's been a
Baby,
lot of people that have been unalived in them alleys.
I had one friend, she had on a button-down dress, the dress that buttoned from the neck all the way down to the
And she
hem.
was probably standing up butt naked when they
Baby,
got
she
through.
had on a button-down dress the way we was in there diving behind pews, and they said the preacher, he was in the baptism pool, William. They talking about he wrapped up and tied up. He was in the baptism pool. My one friend, honey, she had that button-down dress on. By the time that day was, or that all that shit was over with, that shit was like a cape on her. You know how the button go all you know the button-down dresses, William, they go all the way down to the hem from the neck. Shit, all them buttons was gone. It was like a cape on her ass. Like a Superman cape. Baby, I never again. Mother Jones, all them people, they hide behind the reefs and shit. I said, Lord, I
Oh no,
said, I talked to the Lord on that floor. I said, if you get me up out of here today,
if you get me up out of this
if you
time,
give me a way of
ooh,
escape, I would never come
I
back.
will never do this again.
Mm-mm. That's why I say,
Oh,
if
and
you a
see, and people
gangbanger,
don't even understand that how your nerves and the adrenaline be flowing. They just don't even.
mm-hmm.
You can't even comprehend it. Because I remember they hit LaQuintus in the head with that ketchup bottle, baby, and ketchup flew across my. I didn't know if it was blood or ketchup, and it splattered across my face, baby. I stood up on that table in that booth, and
Oh
we was,
wow.
honey. You had it. I mean, you had to go for what you knew, baby. We turned it out, and I went. I twirled something like I was Wonder Woman.
Ah, baby, it's just the grace of God that we're both here on this internet talking to each other. Because it could have went another way.
Baby, I can't get over that one what you said. I wonder was it one of the members of the Hammer committee that hit Wanda Frazier Wanda's
Oh, you talking about
husband.
they used to do the sermon sex traps. Wanda
Yeah.
Turner.
Yeah, I wonder was it one of the Hammer committee that because that's how he died.
Yeah, they said he was over there and sitting on the park in the bathrooms. Well, that park was known for its it was legendary for its bathrooms. Now it was a disgusting story that came out of there, William. I know you don't want to hear that story, but it was a
Ugh.
real nasty story
What
that
happens
came
the
out.
thing that happened with the singer? You gotta have faith.
George Michael.
Yeah, he had a bathroom situation, didn't he?
Yeah, well, over there at that park where Wanda Turner husband, I think his name was Wayne Davis. Was it Wayne
Yeah.
Davis? Okay, well, they said one boy was in there sucking somebody up through the glory hole in the bathroom. They cut. I don't know how these punks cut through that damn what do you call it? That damn formica. How do y'all cut these holes? Do y'all have drills? Well, they cut a whole hole in that damn plywood, whatever that shit called, and made a glory hole up in there. And so the boy was in there sucking somebody up, William, just eating him up, honey, in the glory hole in the bathroom.
Oh God.
And he came out, and they both came out at the same time. Both of the stalls opened at the same time. And the boy looked up and said, "Daddy." Now somebody said that's an urban legend, but I believe it's true. I really believe this is true.
Oh my God. Could you?
I
Oh,
would
I
have been
would have.
mortified. I would have been mortified. But a lot of people in LA said, no, Thais, that's an urban legend. I've heard that same story told a million times. But yeah, he looked up and he said, Daddy.
Well,
But
I know that we had.
George Michael and Tevin Campbell, it's basically the same story. They were in the bathroom and they pulled out and then the police pulled out the badge. Mm-hmm. You gotta be bold to be just in a stroking in a public bathroom, honey. You gotta be really bold. Cause see, that's how what's his name, son? TD Jake's son was over there in the park.
He was in the park.
Yeah,
See,
stroking.
that's
You
how
gotta be
you.
bold to be
I
stroking.
don't know. I don't know how people have sex out in broad daylight like that. I can't
Did you
do it.
see that? I gotta send you that. I gotta sing. I'm gonna send it to your phone. The boy that does the porn from the in the park.
Oh,
His
he's
family.
diabolical. It's something
Yeah,
wrong with him.
his. He say his family's having a family reunion. They're talking about they're gonna be in there having a family reunion where I work at. I'm gonna send you
Oh,
that post. Wait a minute. He said they gonna have the family reunion at where he be
but you
working
know
at.
what? But he live. I think he be here a lot.
Yeah, he does a lot of right here in the Atlanta area, a lot of scenes. But they be on park benches, they be all on
But then they be in the
stairwells.
hotel and stuff on and stairwells and stuff. How do people not see that going on? They
But
must.
sometimes it'll be like late at night, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. So
Oh, I
you
would
know,
just die if somebody
a couple of them
caught.
have got caught by security guard and even the police. Yeah, they've
Oh,
got caught before.
well, they need to stop that. But see, that's why
That's
you can't.
risky.
I couldn't do outside like that.
Hmm.
I couldn't strip down outside. I couldn't. I just couldn't do it.
Well, honey, he just be plowing them boys. He been right over that bench and just plow their ass to smithereens.
Ugh.
Like
It,
that man, Fat Rabbit Killer, honey. He just, ooh, that's just unreal how he destroy people's wombs like that, honey. That man is, there's something wrong with him.
Fat
Fat
rabbit
Rabbit
kid.
Killer. Yeah, he's called Fat Rabbit Killer. PR.
Why would they call him Fat Rabbit?
No, he's called Fat Rabbit Killer because your booty is a fat rabbit, like a fat rabbit, your booty, and he's a Fat Rabbit Killer. You know how a fat
Oh,
rabbit
I
have a
never. So they call Booty Rabbit.
yeah, like you know how a rabbit have a big booty. Like the rabbit kind of like be big in the back. And that's why he called it Fat Rabbit Killer. He killed your
Oh,
booty.
oh, I never knew that. I never knew that it was
Well,
referred.
that's why I'm assuming. I'm assuming that's what he's calling it, Fat Rabbit.
They said William Koo is that DeKalb sheriff that got caught in Piedmont.
Oh, there was a
Yeah,
sheriff. The sheriff got caught. He was over. He took off running. He ran for like 4 blocks before they got his ass.
he was so embarrassed. Isn't that a way to come out?
Yeah, he was over there stroking in the park. They said he still has Vaseline in his pockets.
He took off running. He was so embarrassed. And see, that had to be so humiliating. That's why you have to live right. Because see,
Yeah,
some of the
he
stuff.
ultimately resigned.
Well, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you have to?
I would be humiliated, you know.
Oh, and your kids and family. That man was married, and his family and stuff had to see and hear that. Know that. Oh,
Yeah, you can't Fat Rabbit Killer. The average bottom can't take him. Yeah, you just can't. Just a new bottom or somebody new first time, honey. Your hole got to be broken in, honey, to deal with Fat Rabbit Killer. Baby, that man
it's
is ooh,
probably not real. You
diabolical.
think it's probably it may be AI. It's probably
Well,
AI.
shit, it's one boy. It's one boy, honey. I feel so sorry for him. I know his womb is destroyed to this day.
But you know,
That little
it's some.
Latino boy, it was one little Latino boy he had on that video. I said, I'm praying for him. And it's been like 2 years. I'm still praying for that boy,
But
baby. I
see,
know.
they don't do no talks and stuff because you know they on depends. They gotta be on
Oh,
life
baby, I'm
because
praying for
it
that boy,
does
baby. He just
because you
destroyed
know
that
you
boy.
can only the Finkster can only take so much.
That's what Alexis Taylor said. She said, you're going to get to the point where your shit just fall out your ass. He said, they
Do you
run
know?
around here wearing
I know
diapers.
Alexis K. Tyler. I love her.
Man, I can watch
We
her all
started
day.
on.
All her videos are still up, so I'll go and just watch them, just go
I
back over.
love her. I love her with that cigar. And Alexis K. Tyler, we started on public access around the same time. She would do her show either before me or after me.
And
We
she would
were
have the heavy set lady sitting in the chair. I don't know what
That's
she
her
was doing.
mother. That's her
That's
mother.
her mother?
Yeah.
Child, I thought that was just some random lady. Oh,
That's
you
her
got to hear when
mother.
she talked about the gay men working the track over in New Jersey, New York, baby.
And she
He
said,
said
she said,
one of them told her, she said one of them said, yeah, I'm not leaving here tonight till I get me some dick. William, I'm telling you, that woman would have me with tears in my eyes. It is
Alexis,
hard for me to really like laugh like that, but she was, ooh, my God. I wish she
Alexis
would
is
have
something else. She said, baby. And then she'll stop and pause and smoke that cigar.
kept. she said,
Alexis,
she said, she said, when that dick is hard, she said, if you get close, you can feel heat coming from it. She said it's like a missile. I said, oh Jesus.
and she remember the one when she said, so good dick will make you slap somebody.
She said the other gay boy said, yeah, I suck his dick and I'm gonna suck your man dick too. He said the boy
Alexis,
said, she said that boy
Alexis
said,
is
yeah, and
so
I'll suck his dick
diabolical.
too.
Alexis is so diabolical. I can't take her. I can't
Alexis,
take
I think it's Alexis K. Taylor. Y'all
Alexis
look
K.
her up. Look her
Tyler.
up.
You know,
Alexis K. Taylor.
she's one of Jackie Wilson's children.
Okay. Y'all look her up. You will thank me and William for it.
Oh my God, I love Alexis. I love her. I love her. Beautiful girl. Beautiful. But baby, she will tell you about that. I mean, and she was talking about that stuff back when.
Oh yeah, it's at least I would say over 15 years, William.
Oh my God, she is her archives and her
Hmm.
videos and stuff are still it
Yes, it's raw. Yes, her. Y'all think I be raw on Friday Night Live? No, it's raw, but it's the truth. It's the God's truth. She's just uncensored and unfiltered with it. She not
she
put.
is.
Yeah, she told me. Yeah, she said, "Listen, y'all gonna mess around and be on the pins because your whole asshole done got blown out." Said, all y'all gonna be walking around here on the pins with on walkers.
But because your Finkster, when once it's gone, that's it.
Yeah, you can't. Like it's men that be doing these gang bangs and stuff on it's like on OnlyFans. They be doing 10, 12 people at one time. You cannot do that all the time like that. You can't be having those 13, 14 men 2 or 3 times a month. That is not, baby. Okay.
Oh Jesus. It's a spirit of the devil.
Listen, honey, they like it. What's his name? Raheem Shabazz? You know him?
Oh yeah, you know that's my Morehouse brother.
Wait a minute. You went to Morehouse with Raheem Shabazz?
Raheem was at Morehouse. Yes.
What?
Yes. You talk about that. You talk about the OnlyFans. And you know he's very intelligent, got a master's degree, left Morehouse and went to Rutgers.
Baby, listen, they said he's very smart when it comes to this business.
He's very
Wow.
intelligent. I gotta I've had to send you a picture. He's supposed to come out and um do an interview with me for my podcast. But he's a very intelligent guy. Very
Yeah.
intelligent. Yeah.
You don't look the same.
I had no idea that he was. We had another guy that went to Morehouse that was involved with pornography, but he passed away.
Who?
I
Are you talking
cannot
about
think.
you talking about Deion Blake?
Dark skin.
Flex. Used to be with Bobby Blake. You know, he a preacher now, Bobby Blake.
Oh no, not Flex. Flex was an organist. Flex
Okay.
played. Flex was Flex was a church boy. I don't
Yeah.
know how he got caught up with Bobby Blake, but Flex was a church boy. Flex grew up in Ephesians.
Oh no. Well, you know the thing is that a lot of them from that era when they was doing the black workout videos, they had that was out of LA and they said they was giving them like $50 in a buck a 2-piece from Kentucky Fried Chicken. They was even they was even paying them men a lot of money back then for them black workout videos. So
Wow.
black men have been, hustled in the porn industry for
Well, I
years.
think some of them said that that whole because I used to do a series on sex workers,
Hmm.
and they were saying that the whole OnlyFans thing and a lot of this internet stuff had really ruined the business.
Yeah.
Because now people are just they get a ring light and they're able to produce their own stuff, and you
Well,
don't have to have
it ruined the business, William, for it ruined the business for porn companies, but
right.
it changed the game for independent people, contractors.
Mm.
But like the
And
big
then it
movie,
opens it up where they can do the whole escorting thing. It makes it where
baby,
they can, and you
you can
can
do,
live out your fantasy. You can live
baby,
out your fantasy.
you can do everything from your
The internet has just revolutionized the world.
you do not have to leave your house, William. Literally,
Mm-mm.
you can hold and shoot your porn from the same bed. You can hold and suck
And
and fuck.
have you seen now? You have so many of them that are trying to be. They're trying to have podcasts and stuff.
Oh yeah, they a lot of them do. A lot of them are trying to be talk show hosts, do what we do. It's not fair because they don't have the personality, so it'll only
Well, no, but
last
see,
for
a lot of them, like you're getting there, like Keith. See, Keith is a woman, and he
what
has
key.
lived his uh uh deep
Deep dick.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know Keith Deep Dick. He's cool. He's cool. I know from
No,
LA.
he's a nice guy, but he's lived like as a top, and he's
Okay.
not.
Well, here's the deal. Here's the deal. OnlyFans has really changed the game. Like for real, financially, it's really changed the game because people are making $100,000 a month. Like for real, $100,000
Child,
a month.
I may have to just go on and do it. I may have to just go on.
Yeah, I mean, I know you would make a lot of money because everybody would be curious. What William gonna do?
Oh, it would break the internet. Oh, could you imagine how they would drag me though? Oh, if I
Yeah,
had
go
a sex
get your
tape.
ring camera, get your camera set up, and
Oh, if I I would just die. But no, I would have to. I would come out. I'd be fully. I would be just dressed impeccably, and when I would just say, "Oh, I apologize." It would just be a full theatrical performance.
baby, listen, do need
Oh.
to make it. I apologize.
I would just say, "Oh, I'm so sorry." But I would show y'all how to become a billionaire like Kim Kardashian.
Baby, she sure did. Ray J said he the one that got shortchanged. She made all the big money. Ray J said he the one that got shortchanged.
He sure did. He allowed it. He allowed.
Mm-hmm.
He allowed it. All right, y'all. It
Yeah,
is time
I'm
to.
a,
It's time to.
it's
Uh.
1:35. I'm gonna hop down and I'll send something a love offering.
Oh no, I
It's
love you. I
always fun.
appreciate y'all. Everyone that can and will. I'm about to get off. We gotta thank Ty. It is always, I tell you, it is always a riot. It is always a riot, y'all. Everyone that can and will send something, whatever it is that you can do. If y'all have y'all that love and enjoy. Wait a minute, y'all said I can't breathe. Wait a minute, what was y'all saying? Oh, Dr. Jonathan Davis is cracking up real time. Alexis K. Tyler. Oh, that's crazy. Y'all are so funny. I wasn't even looking at the DeBron James. Maybe I need to get. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, we might need to get us some cameras. We might need to do uh get us some cameras and set up. All right, y'all. I'm about to get out of here. Thanks to Goddess Fatima. She's held it down, and Toggle from Instagram to YouTube. We're still looking for people that want to be a part of the team. And I am still looking for those of you that'll be my obnoxious street committee ambassadors. Those of you that'll help me get these numbers of subscribers up so that we can really gain our presence over here and gain it as well on TikTok and all that good stuff. The ways to give are up. Is that, do I have anybody? Oh, let me thank my people that and let me see if I'm missing anything. Okay, someone named uh Willpower. Okay, Willpower. I did drop the link. They must not have hit it. All right, did I get a cash app from Kayla Williams? Let's see here. Did we get something from Kayla Williams? Let's see. Okay, yes, thank you. Kayla Williams did $20. Thank you so much, Kayla. And the Dr. Antoine Blackwell did $15. Thank you. Chino sent something on yesterday. This is just a love gift for no reason other than you being you. Oh wow. Candace Freeman also did $35. We thank God for our brother Ty E. The official Thais report just did $8.88. Is there anybody else that'll do anything? If you had a good time hanging out with me on tonight, anything that you can and will, we're about to get out of here on tonight. Every time I always say, I always when I that's why I just stop saying that when I say, oh, I'm only going to be a short period of time, and then wind up being forever. Is there anybody else? Real time? Anyone? Dr. Jonathan, Fatima, anybody that wants to do anything that you can and will. I greatly appreciate it. I want to appreciate. I almost can't give this testimony without crying, but I thank God. Had two, um, one elected official, and um, two others that sold into um, my tuition, and I thank God for them. Wrote some checks to for school, so I ain't gonna get emotional. But you know, people don't have to love you, and people don't have to care about you, and people don't have to look out for you. But I tell you that now they didn't do it for me, or they didn't give it to me. I told them, I said, let's go on over here, and they did it uh, directly to the school, and I didn't mind sharing, you know, all of my personal information. So now those of you that you know may or whatever, I ain't gonna go let everybody get in my backyard and business to that deep or to that extent. Um, but so anyway, but if you feel led or want to or anything like that, that certainly. And I got to look at it because it's going to be harder this year, so I may not even be able to be as regular. And I ain't really even good and regular like I want to be yet. That I may not be able to do as many once I get to really in those books and that study, and it's gonna be I think it's gonna be a rough one. All right, anybody else? I don't want to leave anyone out. Anyone. I know you can always go back, and those of you, dude, don't feel bad if you don't catch me live. You can still give on the replay. You don't have to just do it while we're live. You can also give on the replay, but we have Cash App, we have PayPal, we have Vimo, and we have Zelle. All of those are scrolling, and those are the ways in which that you can show your love and support and give. All right, I appreciate y'all. As all hearts and minds clear, Fatima, did I cover everything? Did I get everything out that I needed to get? Did I get everything out there? Any other announcements? Okay, we got it. We covered everything. Any other announcements? Anybody? Anybody have a barbecue or a chicken sale, a car wash, anything that's going on? Gerard, are you having your fish fry on Friday? Who's selling plates? Who's selling plates and selling dinners? You put your order in for your dinner, y'all. That we're delivering dinners on Fridays. Anybody selling plates? Okay. All right, y'all. It's been real. I thank y'all. I thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.